Hey guys, it's Reagan here, and if you guys haven't already seen from the headlines, my father has officially stepped down from his position of CEO at his company. Yes, the founder and the legend and the man who actually refused to retire has officially retired. And I thought he was just going to give us our share of the company and we would just fight over it. But of course, he had to make it a competition. So we had to make a presentation about why we love him and why we deserve our share of the company and blah, blah, blah. So obviously, Gonreal opened with her usual confidence. She had strong numbers, strong compliments, and of course, I went next because I'm the second daughter. And I kept it elegant, and also I gave him flattery and I gave him a lot of compliments. But honestly, what was weird is that Cordelia, she was very stubborn and she didn't declare her love in public because that's not true love. And honestly, she walked away with nothing, so I think that proves something. And I saw people in the comments saying that it's tragic that Cordelia didn't get any of the share, that she's the one that actually loved our father. But honestly, in my opinion, leadership is actually earned and feelings are just optional. And if you're gonna bring feelings into this company, then I don't think that's a very good leader. Well, anyways, this channel will also be changing. This used to be my daily life vlog channel, but we will also talk more about leadership and my life in the company and how the company's going from now on. So, yeah. Hi everyone, it's Regan, and I would just like to say that I've seen all of the chaos that's been happening on the internet. I've seen all of the comments and I've seen all of the tweets, and I've seen everyone calling this a chaos, but I would just like to set one thing straight. Um, my father has been struggling to let go. He's been walking into meetings uninvited, handing out old memos and interrupting briefings that he doesn't remember approving. I mean, of course, it's heartbreaking, but business honestly doesn't pause for nostalgia, right? So, Gonriel and I had made a decision a few days ago together, and we've restricted his access to corporate systems. We've suspended his executive privileges, and we've initiated a clean transfer of authority to us. But it wasn't personal, it was just policy that we informed. Well, when we made this decision, our father obviously called us traitors and betrayers and quoted something about thankless children, but we all learned it from him. People love to make me out to be cold, power hungry, or heartless, and called me an ungrateful daughter, like on Twitter. But I'm honestly none of those things. I'm responsible, I'm just efficient, and I'm the reason that the numbers still look good on this company. And no, I don't feel bad or guilty for my father because loyalty and family relations doesn't really give him the right to lead my company. So if that makes me cold and heartless to the internet, then well, fine, but that's how success is earned.
In a rather somber turn of events, the former CEO of Lyra has been ousted from the main office by his own daughters. Footage shows him quietly leaving the building's elevator. It's a sobering scene and definitely adds a weighty note to today's developments.
Hi everyone, it's Reagan, and today was pretty eventful because dozens of employees decided to resign from my company, and the reason was because our leadership was unsustainable, in their words. But I just wanted to come on here and shortly say that Lyra is stable and transition periods are always uncomfortable, and people confuse discomfort with danger. But if some couldn't adapt to this, then that's unfortunate, but the company will have to move forward. Now, since there are so many news reports about my father, I would like to address it. People are calling it the exile, like we just tossed a king into a storm, but it wasn't a storm, it was a policy, and it was quite tragic, but it was a necessary one. But still, the internet loves drama, even though we did what we had to do. And the company will move forward and the story will fade. So we choose to move forward. Well, since my sister wants to go to the internet and publicly criticize and blame me for the demise of our company, I would just like to shortly come up here and say that Gonryo, don't you remember when things got hard, you begged me to take charge? Now you're out here pretending that you weren't part of it. So now you're the victim. Don't act like you didn't know anything that was happening because you were literally cheering me on like last week. Hi everyone, it's Reagan. Um, the board decided this morning that only one of us can stay in the leadership position for Liera, which I completely understand because two strong voices can be very hard to contain. Well, especially because one just can't stop talking to the press. But anyways, I've always believed that leadership is just action and it's way more than words and not performance. So, unlike someone, I'm not doing interviews, I've been rebuilding. If you believe in structure, accountability, and actual results, and not just empty slogans, then I think you know where your vote belongs.